Well, let's review it as per standard. So first off, let's talk about... Oh, never mind, I get to fight. Oh, Nero and X is active. What is this? Press Y, press right trigger near an enemy. Right bumper and right trigger for dual snatch after executing a buster. Continue to hold right trigger. I didn't see that for nearly long enough. Guess it's just seeing how far I can get or something. Yeah, hold that thought. I got some more clapping to do. So, there was a lot of talk of, well, I guess, yeah, technically, he would be a Nephilim descendant. If you can get really good at Exceed, I feel like Nero has probably some of the, like, strongest damage potential.
Guess that's the end then.
So all we gotta do is cut this thing down.
That's right. I'm more than capable of handling this on my own.
You're gonna need some help. And someone to keep an eye on you.
I play as Dante now, just cutting down roots.
Useless pests. They must be ready to die.
Fine by me. Let's give them what they want.
So we're just playing through the credits. Alright, well, in this case, I'm gonna... Kind of hard to do a review when shit's still going on.
Got more than you did. Ready to accept defeat, Virgil?
Alright, looks like we might finally be at credits now. So, let's talk about the game. So right out the gate, I will say this is probably the best Devil May Cry game that's ever been created. You know, the combat is incredibly fluid, swapping between weapons and styles and combos and working in Exceed and everything else. That all felt extremely natural as well. So from the perspective of just, you know, raw combat and in particular, you know, kind of what you would expect in Devil May Cry, this is definitely the pinnacle. They did a good job there. In terms of, I'm gonna lower, hang on a second, let me lower down that a little bit more. Is that right? No, I gotta do, where's desktop audio? Since YouTube likes to claim shit constantly, I'm gonna put the desktop audio down to like really fucking low for the video. So anyway, in terms of the story, not a bad story this time around. You know, the whole idea that Virgil separates himself and decides he's going to, you know, try and, I don't know, his demon part wants power, but then he combines and remakes Virgil and etc. etc. I mean, you know, it's not going to win any fucking Emmys, but it's a decent enough story. As for character design, I really like the approach they took with Nero here, a little bit more mature, a little bit older. I really like what they did with Dante. Older Dante was badass. Virgil, just as edgy as we remember him. But that's where things kind of stop. Trish, I don't know. I mean, Trish always kind of had this, like, sleek, you know, sexy, mysterious look to her. They gave her, like, the minorly trashy makeover. And I think I said it before. She looks like the kind of person that waits on child support payments to go spend it on cigarettes. Lady looked good. I liked what they did with Lady, but at the same time, why did she suddenly become Asian? Now, I mean, maybe I'm, you know, out of the loop, but I don't remember Lady having a Asian background, and all of a sudden, I mean, they like super slanted the eyes, they put on the eyeliner to accentuate it, and I'm like, wait, what? Like, why all of a sudden are you like half Japanese? Did something happen in between games, and, you know, did I miss this? So not sure what they were doing there. And then lastly, she always has been, I believe. Well, I mean, if she has been, that's fine. You know, if they were just embracing her history. But I mean, at least in the comics and the anime, she seemed a lot more white, at least to memory, and she seemed a lot more Asian here. So as long as they're not just, you know, diversification, let's just make somebody diversified, then, you know, if that's how it was, she was literally a Japanese schoolgirl in 3. I didn't play 3, but if she's always been Asian, then good. They did a good job here. Moving on to Nico. God, I'm not going to drag on this for so long, but Jesus. I've said it more than enough times, but Nico was literally a fucking... It's like you took trash, you dumped it into the trash can, a stray dog just had shitty diarrhea in the trash can, and then somebody poured gasoline and lit the whole thing on fire. Nico is probably just one of the worst characters I think Capcom has ever come up with. And here's why. One, her character design, they tried to make her unattractive on purpose. They like, you know, there's various things about her that they made unattractive that I'm not gonna go deep into. They gave her a terrible Southern accent. I say this as somebody who lives around Southerners constantly. Nobody, oh, hi, yeah, my name is Nick. Like, just no. That is probably one of the worst Southern accents I've ever heard. I mean, just the behavior, like every other thing she did was just trash. Like, you can cry if you're a little bitch. He likes killing demons with this badass fucking arm I made. Anyway, we got a new scene. Let's pause it for a second. Break.
Wow, no sign of him. Nothing.
Yeah.
Then can I have this office? Because I've been thinking it's almost time for me to settle down somewhere.
No, I don't think so. I rather quite like it.
Oh, I hate to spoil your dreams, ladies, but that shit ain't gonna happen.
What do you mean, Morrison?
See, there's this deed to this place, and I have it.
Why do you?
Clever little devil came to see me right before his last job. Said something like, "My dearest friend, I know you'll keep this safe because them crazy bitches." Did I say crazy bitches? I'm sorry, I meant ladies. Anyway, the rest of the story is not important. You get the gist.
I wonder if he even plans on coming back.
Got me.
What is important is I have a job for you too. Cause the rent ain't free.
And now there's a spin-off game with Lady and Trish. Y'all couldn't go for like 3 hours without deciding you had to fight each other again, could you?
Score for Dante. I'm up one.
Where did you learn to count? We're even.
You know, I'm starting to think this is never gonna end.
Maybe. We got plenty of time.
Don't you dare say it, jackpot!
Hey, I finally hit the end screen. Nice. I'll take an A. Now do I just go back? Son of Sparta unlocked. Been restored. You can now use Devil Breaker and Devil Trigger. Dante can now equip Rebellion, Sparta, or Dante on the customized. Nico's reports, enemy reports have expanded. Costume changes, etc., etc., etc. You have unlocked a bunch of stuff, basically. All right, so back to the review. I mean, they have her smoking in the van. Like she's like the most discourteous smoker I've ever met. Even back when I used to smoke, you know, I would make it an effort to, like, if I was gonna smoke in my car, for example, the window would be down, my arm was hanging out of the car. If I was smoking in a public place, I would go somewhere away from other people and smoke. She sits in this van just like, just like a fucking smog monster, just breathing it out. Nero's like, fuck, woman, like, this shit's obviously disgusting. And she just lights up another one. Like, everything about her personified trashy. And I don't know if that's what Capcom's point was, but Jesus fucking Christ. Some people are like that, though. Yeah, they're trashy. People like that are trash. They're literal trash. If you know somebody like that, be like, hey, could you not be so fucking trashy? Well, tell your uncle he's fucking trashy. I mean, I'm not gonna go well, my mom does that. Well, your mom is hot garbage as well. So I don't know what Capcom's plan was here, making her one of the most dislikable white trash characters that has ever graced one of their games, but like, Jesus Christ. Oh no, yeah, like the in-game smoking's bad, like as she's like fucking juggling cigarettes with her tongue, basically. So really not a fan of her. Anyway, moving on to the music. The Devilbringer song, completely dope. The Devilbringer song was fucking awesome. Dante's song, not bad. I like Dante's combat song. V's combat song just sounded like some weird dubstep. I don't know what they were trying to do with that. So it's a bit of a mixed bag, you know. Like on one hand, I feel like Nero's song helps to make up for the other ones, but I'm still not completely sold on some of the other ones. Non-characters, let's talk about V for a little bit. V, man, I have some really mixed feelings about V. Like, I understand, I like his character arc, but from the perspective of combat, I feel like he doesn't really fit. You know, you look at Nero's combat chain. You have the charge on the pistols, you have your weapon. I mean, this scene doesn't matter. I'm just letting it go.
Don't lose your tits. I see 'em.
I mean, the volume is already down anyway, so it's not like it's distracting. You know, so you have the pistol, you have the gun, you have Exceed, you have the ability to switch between your Devil Bringers, you can yank people into combat. That's pretty cool. Dante, you have all... I mean, Dante, nothing needs to be said. We have 4 styles, 4 ranged weapons, 4 melee weapons, all over the place. And then you look at V, and basically what it comes down to is you have... you have the bird, you have the panther. And then every now and again, you toss out this giant golem thing that uses up your Devil Bringer, but it kind of wrecks. And it just... I mean, so what it really comes down to is you essentially had, like, 2 real moves. I mean, you guys saw me. There were times where I'd sit there and just read the book and just mash the buttons, and I would get, like, double, triple S ratings. And it's like, what the fuck? Like, it just... I don't know. I understand they wanted a more casualized character, but I feel like he really didn't mesh with kind of the playstyle of Devil May Cry. Maybe if you know, like, the summons were extensions of him, you know, like he was shooting out shadow birds or something, or sending out like shadow tendrils or something, but having him be a... oh god damn it, fucking trashy. Having her be a like, you know, in the background while your summons do all the work, I felt like it was a strong disconnect from what we got to see with Nero and Dante, and ultimately I don't think it really fit in with Devil May Cry. They set it up pretty well for an obvious, you know, more games. Based on what I got to play here, I think I would definitely do more whenever they decide to... You know, whenever Devil May Cry 6 comes out, whether it's going to be Dante and Virgil going down into the underworld or it's going to follow Nero, I think they've set it up so that they could diverge into either path, and it would be a really good game. Which I think is a really cool approach, because, you know, I know you guys were saying in chat that they may be done with the Sons of Sparta and focusing on you know, the new protagonist, and if that is the case, I think they did a really good job of setting him up. Like, right now, I mean, he even looks like young Dante, you know? So, I think that we're gonna have a good time if the series goes full with Nero. Weapon diversity. I mean, Dante this time around, man, fuck. The 3-section staff with triple elements, motorcycle swords. We still had Rebellion, which had 3 different stages this time. And then you know, we have Balrog, which is obviously a really fun one with 2 distinct different fighting styles. Like, dude, like, goddamn, dude, Dante really killed it this time around. Like, this, I think this is probably the best I've ever seen Dante in the game. Curious what we have unlocked. I know there's talk of a Bloody Palace thing coming. I don't know if they're gonna allow us to play Virgil, but I feel like they definitely should. Let me see. Mission select, the Void Gallery, browse the Void. Let's see if I can... No. See, now, like, that's the thing. I feel like I don't know if you unlock Virgil, but I mean, I'd rather play as Virgil than V. V was fucking boring, man. Let me play as Virgil. This is a cute scene. He's just sitting there. He's like, I don't know what to say to him. I've ignored him for 20 years now, and all I've done is try to become more edgy, and he's already cooler than me. Oh, shit. I just don't look at him. Don't make eye contact. Anyway, I think Virgil will be DLC, possibly. All in all, I think I would put this at an 8 out of 10. The reason it loses 2 points is, 1, V was a huge part of this game. He was essentially a third of it. Despite that, as I mentioned, he just does not really fit into the play style that exemplifies Devil May Cry. You literally just button mash and get triple S's with him. And then second, because... God, well, you know the reason I'm docking a point. I don't need to touch on her anymore. But either way, I do think it's a good game. Definitely a little bit short. I don't know if I can... Let me see if I can go check your overall mission results. I want to see, does this have time? We have time. I feel like time should be one of these things listed. I'd love to see the total time. What is 13? I guess there was a secret mission or something. Oh no, what is this? 13. Oh, it's 13 for Nero, Dante, or Virgil. I really wish there would be a time. Why is time not something like... That's weird. Why is time not something you finished? Because I mean, that's the one thing. The game is short. It is definitely a short game. I mean, so ultimately, I think what it comes down to is if you're a big fan of Devil May Cry, I think it's... Alright, bye, boo. If you're a big fan of Devil May Cry, I think it might be worth the buy. Just for, you know, replaying through missions, trying the different difficulty, Bloody Palace. If you're interested in checking out the series, I would definitely recommend renting it. Because, I mean, we played last night and we played today. Essentially, we knocked this game out in like 2 6-hour streams. So, you know, you can beat it in a weekend, just chilling on your couch and playing. But anyway, I'm going to close this one out here, and obviously next up on the agenda, we have Sekiro. Can't wait for that.